All right, team, we're about to get there already. That quick. So I'll give you guys all my thoughts for today. And pretty basic, nothing too crazy. Very nice candle yesterday. We're interacting with that 200. Here's the prior low of day, prior high of day. And I think I'm quite confident we're going to take out the prior high. I don't know why we wouldn't. That should happen pretty easily. Let me go look at the 200 simple and a weekly now is a little bit higher. And we have a new monthly chart, new monthly candle. So we're not opening above, right? But that, which is perfect, not a big deal. But we have a big monthly candle. The fact that we're interacting with the 200, we're closing above it like this is pretty great. Again, my thoughts and feelings and opinion is we'll probably get a little bit of selling back down to the 200. And right now, I mean, the trend could easily continue, right? The moving averages have crossed bullish on the daily chart. The weekly chart, we're battling the 50. So we're battling the 50 on the weekly. We're battling the 10 EMA on a monthly. And we're battling the 200 on the daily. So Tesla's got some work to do here. But if it breaks above here, team, you're going to want to be in bullish, especially if it consolidates for 2 or 3 days. So this is one day. This is really 2 days, honestly. So today, right, if it pulls in and rests, and these moving averages catch up, like we're going to get a gift the longer this trades sideways. I'm not saying it can't go down again. Actually, I want it to go down so that anyone with call sales and whatever can just sit back and let it do its thing. But if it coils and then starts to pop, we can get into more shares. We can get into call options. We can sell puts. We can do a credit spread. We can do a debit spread. We can buy shares. We can do something that makes money as it goes up. And yesterday, being like almost a shaved top candle, tells me that, if we gap down a little bit today, we're going to get some light selling, and I'll be waiting, for it to take out the prior high of day. Here's the hourly chart, and the hourly chart, we can pretty clearly see the pre-market high and low. My thought is if we do a short up here, right, if we do a short up here, my general thought on that short is I'm okay if I'm wrong on it, but I know I'm going to be wrong. And if I am going to be wrong, I can flip to a bullish perspective because all of this pressure, right, higher lows, relative highs, all this pressure is building. And if we pop and fail, fine, I make money. But if we consolidate and then we really pop and we don't fail and we start building, I can get out of that trade pretty easily and just flip to the bullish position. Because again, we have 3 big moving averages, 200 on the daily, 50 on the weekly, 10 EMA on the monthly, all kind of there. So if we fail it and we make money on the downside, great. If we don't, look to go long. Don't be terrified. So that's pretty much my thoughts. That's what I got. What do you all think? Any questions about that? Sweet.
I have a question about commissions in
Yes,
my
sir.
funded account.
Yes, sir.
How are they calculated? And then if I'm taking partials, does that add more commission to each trade?
So essentially, it's just based on volume. The more shares you trade, the more commissions you're going to have. That's really it. That's very, very, very common with what's called leverage trading or prop trading. So anytime you're doing a lot of shares, because they're giving you the leverage to do what? To trade. So the more shares you trade, so it's not the amount of trades you take, but the amount of shares that you're trading. Simple as that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then can we add leverage in our account or yeah, leverage? Is that available or is that
We
no
potentially can
out of
do
the
it
country?
we can potentially do it retroactively. You might just have to throw a message to the squad and see if they can look into it for you.
Okay.
Long story short, if you start crushing it and destroying it, making a bunch of money, then anything is possible. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. All right. How did I delete that line? I don't even remember doing that. All right, so we've taken out the high of the day. I figured that wouldn't be a hard thing to do. Okay. It's going to do the exact thing I talked about, where we will either trade up into that level and fail, or we will consolidate out of here and pop strongly. Okay. D.
Would you consider that a Maribozu? Well, it was.
Great question. Not really with the lower shadow. I mean, the lower shadow, the answer is more or less no. But I mean, I would consider it a strong candle. Yeah, so I wouldn't call it a Marbozu yet, or technically. All right.
And that is the candle in the real life logo, correct?
Uh, um, Not a Marbozu. The candle in the real life logo is kind of almost like a there is some wicks to it, but you can't really see them. But yeah, more or less. It's just a shaved top, shaved bottom. Depends on how you look at it. Yeah, depends on some factors. All right. So again, with these type of trades, as you guys know, I'm usually a little bit more fast, quick with it. I'm not going to be super conservative, waiting a bunch. Just me personally, these early morning, essentially scalps. So what I'm going to allow it to do is we close above the pre-market high. It's a really good close, right? The more pressure it builds into here, the more likely it is to go higher if we really start putting some work in. So if we get, we get this bear candle closing, and if we get some sideways compression, we get all the things, then I can slam the stop, or I can flip, or we can go long, or we can do whatever. Let me go look at the monthly chart really quick. So 10 EMA on the monthly, we got a brand new month. Give me a second. Zoom into here. 10 EMA. Yeah. 206, pretty much right on it. So that is correct. Okay. This is good. This is nice. This is what we want. Why is this box so big? Nice. Nice. All right, team. We're about to get there already. That quick. Um, at this point, I don't think there's any reason to do this. Come on, baby. Let's go. There it is. Nice work. Just like that. Look at that smile, Deepak.